Hi, and welcome to the Beyond Files.
Ready to question reality? You're in the right place.
Let's dive in.
Oh my gosh! So what is that?
What the hell? Do you think it was real?
It kind of look real to me.
Yeah, she probably was like, hurry, quick, there's a ghost walking across the golf course. Well, like we've said before, hospitals, hospice, mental institutions, funeral homes.
Yeah, places where people die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're haunted. End of story.
The longest anyone stayed in this house was 6 months.
Linda Hill says she and her husband had no idea why.
In the mirror,
After 10 tenants moved out in less than 2 years, someone told them it was haunted. Did you actually believe that?
no.
That changed while she was taking a shower.
And I was in here,
Through the curtain, a dark figure whispered, "Looking good."
and then he turned and walked off.
Linda assumed it was her husband until her husband walked in.
And he said, "Who were you talking to?" And it was like, oh my God,
He swore it wasn't him.
it really is haunted.
Rumor has it the house used to be a bordello, which may explain why the ghosts here are, how do I say this?
Sexual.
Yep, okay.
No other way to put it.
Audio recordings have caught the ghosts talking dirty.
Oh, baby, yeah. Yeah, I like it like that.
And I would like to talk about something else. Like this door, which is pretty snug. Even when Linda pounds it shut, it finds a way to open. For those reasons and many more, Linda gave up on finding tenants and gave the house a name, Hill House Manor.
Wait, wasn't there a haunting of Hill House?
Yeah, I think she likes it.
Linda, you know you like it.
There are giant feet and what appears to be a giant skull in the mountains in Montana. This is Julie Ryder, and she has a whole YouTube channel and website dedicated to all of her finds that she finds in Montana. And yes, she gatekeeps the locations. To be real, I don't blame her. Do these not look like teeth? How much do Titan feet pics go for? Okay, so they have 6 toes. And apparently in the Bible, they talk about giants having 6 fingers and 6 toes. We're gonna get to the skull in a second, but look at the lines in the foot and all these down here. If this isn't the craziest coincidence, I don't even know what to think. I mean, like the line right here and then all the bones down here. Like it literally looks like teeth with something shoved in the center. It reminds me of vampire burials. When they dug up the bodies of alleged vampires, they had rocks shoved in between their teeth. Anyway, apparently it has an elongated skull, and crazy enough from the side, there's a crack here, and then a crack directly across the top, which Julie points out line up with skull sutures. Now, from looking through her stuff, I believe that it's in this general area in Montana. And if you guys remember the Guardian of the Badlands video, so the Guardian of the Badlands was right about in here in Southeast Alberta. And I think from all the stuff on her website that the things she finds are all in this general area in Montana. Anyway, I just found this all very fascinating, so I had to share it with you guys.
She won't tell the location.
She's gatekeeping. But people are going to find it. They'll find it.
Yeah,
Google Earth.
we'll
Yeah.
find it. And
Well-
if not, we'll know it's fake.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Kathy?
We'll know it's fake, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy.
It's important to get to know the trees on your land if you want to know about things before they happen. I have a few trees on my property that I commune with regularly, and they've started letting me know about events on the land and even visitors. So a few weeks ago I was outside talking with the trees, and one of the trees said to me, male visitor, 1 p.m. And I was thinking to myself, I didn't order any packages. I'm not expecting anybody to come over today. Like, I wonder what that could mean. So I asked, what kind of person is this? And they said friendly. Well, 1 p.m. rolls around and I hear a car pull up in my driveway. So I get curious and I look out there, and it's my uncle. And he's there to drop something off for my mom, and he didn't tell any of us that we would be having a visitor at that time. But those are the kinds of things that the land can tell you about if you form a relationship with it. Once the trees understand that you're here as a friend and you're going to take care of them, they will let you in on insights that you would not have known about without. Like, they'll tell you about when there's a storm. They'll tell you if there's a tree that's going to come down somewhere. They'll tell you what kind of animals are visiting the land. They'll let you know if somebody was there at night, if they're trespassers, things like that. So it's really worth getting to know the land that you're on and developing that communication.
There's a psychic component to that, right? Have you tried talking to the trees? I really don't hear anything. Maybe I'm not a tree talker.
I have not talked to trees. I have put my hand on a tree to ground. And
Right.
that left me feeling pretty good. But I have not actually
Heard it say, like, so-and-so is coming over at 2 p.m. today.
Yeah, visitor, 1 p.m.
I did do an EVP session once with a willow tree, and it talked to me
Okay.
through the equipment. Not to me directly, really, but
Not like Pocahontas.
no.
No. Okay.
Do you talk to trees? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stay. I'm holding this fence. I'm gonna stay completely stationary. So I can blow on the leaf. Can't really suck it to me. Hello, beautiful, beloved tree. I know you're just having a good day, but for an experiment, would you please bring your leaf down and touch my face? Oh my gosh, thank you.
The tree outside of my window started moving and scraping against the window while we're watching the tree TikToks.
And I've never heard it do that before. And I've
Oh.
been here during storms and wind and rain.
But what do you think of that video? I think we need to start talking to trees.
I would like a farther away shot so we know someone's not just pulling
Taking
it
the
down.
branch. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But I've seen it before in a different video where it actually did come down and touch someone's face and stuff.
Next time I get by some trees, if I go on a walk or something, I'm going to do an experiment. If it happens, then I'll play it for you guys.
Can you imagine people walking by watching Rachel talking to trees like, just touch my face, tree? Tell me what the weather's going to be tomorrow. Are there Sasquatch in these woods?
Tell me your secrets, tree.
We've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow, believe it or not. Military aircraft flying through the region is dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is. 50.
You can tell he's got a little bit of adrenaline as he's saying that, too.
And I like how confident he was. He was like, that's what it is.
Because, yeah,
That's what it is.
that's what it is.
I knew Americans and their food were really strange, but wait until you see what their strawberries look like. Genuinely, their strawberries are inseminated with something. Why are their strawberries white on the inside? Another case in point, they are white. Why is it white? Another example of what the strawberries look like. I'm not going to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm thinking. I might head over to America in a minute. What? Why are they white? Is a side by side of what our UK strawberries, is that what they're called? I don't know, English strawberries look like, versus America. They are definitely putting something in them. Strawberries are meant to be juicy, succulent, red. Americans, I hate to tell you, but I think they're putting something in your strawberries, because that is not a strawberry. It's just not. It's not. Why is it white in the inside? What the hell is going on over America? I would love to go over there, but seeing this is what fruits look like over there, I'm concerned about what they're injecting into those things.
Well, joke's on you, because that's a schnozberry.
Well, strawberries, even the organic ones are white.
They just don't taste as strawberry either.
No, but they are in season now. If you shop in season,
Go get yourself some white strawberries.
some white strawberries. That looks like it could shift into whatever it wanted to.
A bed sheet.
A person, maybe.
So, y'all saw what was floating over the ocean in Sydney, Australia this weekend, right? The black, terrifying mass that was just floating over the ocean? No? Well, if you haven't, don't worry. I'm going to show you at the end of this video those videos, so stay for that. But yeah, in Australia this weekend, a dark, black, ominous, terrifying mass-like cloud was just seen and videoed floating over the ocean. Now, I did a little bit of research because obviously scientists are going to say that it's of natural causes, and it's something called a scud cloud. But I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe it's a portal opening, and I believe it's something from another dimension breaking through. Now, you don't have to believe what I'm saying. You make up your own mind when you see the video. But the video looks very similar to other things that I've seen when I've been going down rabbit holes about portals opening. But I'm not here to tell you to believe one thing or the other. You make up your mind. That's not my call. However, also in Australia, they just confirmed that they're building the world's first black box to record the demise and destruction of the Earth. So over the weekend, coming out of Australia, we have this black-like cloud just floating over the ocean, you'll see. And now Australia is creating the world's black box that's going to record our destruction.
Wow.
I looked to see if he showed the video.
That omnious blackness.
He may be onto something with the portal. We all know they fired up CERN recently.
Mm-hmm.
Science now says when you're in the water on Cape Cod, there's a great white shark less than a mile from you. And if you're on the outer Cape beaches, it's probably closer to half a mile. There is now over 100,000 gray seals on Cape Cod, and anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 great white sharks is what they estimate. From Monomoy Island, which is really the headquarters for the gray seals and the great white sharks, all the way to Race Point, all the way through the outer Cape beaches, up through Shark Alley, there's almost 2,000 great white sharks surrounding that whole area. And they're in the bay too. They're just not as prevalent as the outer Cape beaches. Now, here's the thing about great white sharks. The theory used to be if you were up to your waist, you'd be okay. And that's not true. A great white shark can now literally come almost out of the water, right to the shoreline. You could be sitting on the beach with your legs in the surf, and a juvenile or even an adult great white shark if it was chasing in a seal, could accidentally mistake you and grab you. It happened a few years ago to a guy on a sandbar who was in less than 2 feet of water.
I'm not even going to sit on the beach now.
We're not meant for the ocean.
Well, this just sucks.
Yeah, I'll just maybe walk on the sand.
You don't want to walk on the sand. They'll come up and eat you.
Yeah.
Like a seal.
Creatures of myth and legend are starting to make themselves known. Maybe. Take a look at this footage that was captured during the Eddie Aikau surf competition in Hawaii around December 15th, 2024. The photographer was videoing a surfer out there in the waves when he caught something completely unexpected. What appears to be a mermaid catching a wave alongside the surfer. This video is absolutely insane and it has not been edited. This is the actual video of what they unexpectedly caught while trying to film their surfers in the competition. You have to look at this and tell me what you think. Could this truly be a mermaid? Or maybe it's some other unidentified marine animal? You tell me.
I don't think it's a mermaid.
Deceased giant floating? Getting caught in the wave? It's not a mermaid. It's probably some kind of whale or...
It's something. There's something there, but it's
too big to be a
pretty
mermaid.
big.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, dude? What? That's it. Explosion. Explosion. Oh my.
So do you think that was AI or do you think that was real?
Yeah, I've heard of laser activity, so I don't know. It's hard to tell these days with the AI.
Thanks for watching along with us so far. If you like what you see, could you hit the like, subscribe, and the little bell icon so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
Okay, so this is supposedly real Russian CCTV footage of this really fast-moving object that blows by. This is like some Marvel tech or some like alien tech, but you're going to be watching right up here. You see that thing move? And then look at the clock. I mean, I'm sure someone could fake this, but watch. This is crazy. Is it touching the ground?
Maybe it's some sort of technology and they're super fast and they're also transparent.
They're cloaked and only the CCTV footage could pick up on it, apparently. Nobody else saw it with their human eyes.
Interesting.
My sister wears a Fitbit. When you think Fitbit, you don't think Google.
No.
But Google owns Fitbit. They bought Fitbit so they could get all that physiological data 24 hours a day. Do you have I hope not a Nest? You probably do.
I have a Nest thermostat, yeah.
You have a Nest thermostat?
And I have all the security cameras. We have a Nest security camera right there.
Okay, so about 6 years ago or so, Google bought Nest.
Right.
Now, some people know that, but what they don't know is that about a year or two later, some what do I call myself? Some idiot professor type pulled apart one of the new Nest thermostats that they were selling and found that they had put a microphone into it without telling anybody. Now, around the same time that they're installing microphones into
Wait. This was the one that you purchased?
No, this is another professor type.
Another professor type.
Another lunatic like me.
Purchased a Nest.
To investigate it. To find out why the question at the time was, why would Google be so interested in Nest?
Yeah.
Well, the reason they were interested is because it gets put in people's homes, and they were submitting patent applications at the time for new methods of analyzing sounds within the home. So, for example, just picking up on sounds coming from the bathroom, you can tell whether the kids are brushing their teeth enough. Sounds from the bedroom, that tells you a lot of stuff, including whether the sex life is any good or the relationship is failing. Hundreds of things that can be monetized can be picked up from sounds within the home. And Google was getting patents issued for new methods for analyzing sounds within the home. This is right about the time that they secretly installed microphones into some Nest devices.
We also have the Nest fire alarm too, which talks to you and detects smoke, and it's in the hallway. Oh, Jesus Christ. So was anything published? Was anything made public about this? And was anything like?
Why am I even talking to you? I mean, you are a Google affiliate.
Yeah, but I'm a useful idiot. So now this is the only way I can learn how to fix shit. So now I'm going to get rid of all of it. So I'm thanking you for being here.
One of my sons gave to another of my sons for his birthday.
This is the problem. It's so hard to escape their ecosystem. Sorry, continue. We'll
23andMe, which is now on the verge of bankruptcy, and it was founded by the wife of one of Google's founders. And so one of my sons gives to another of my sons 23andMe for his birthday, and I said to him, I would suggest that you throw that away. And I explained why. Because that is how Google, that's one of many methods Google has come up with in recent years for getting your people's DNA information into personal profiles. If you can get DNA info in there, its value goes up and up and up as more discoveries are made about DNA. And basically, you can figure out what diseases people are prone to that they haven't even gotten yet. You can also figure out which dads have been cuckolded. DNA, think about how much we know about DNA right now, but then think ahead a year, 2, 5 years. The DNA doesn't change. Right. So that data that's solid gold that goes up in value, like the value of gold itself. It just keeps going up in value. So Google has invested in companies that collect DNA, and at one point they volunteered to run the nation's national DNA repository without charge.
That was very,
very nice of them.
Kind of them, yeah.
Very, very nice.
What aren't they tapping? Smart TVs tapped. Smartwatches tapped. Cell phones tapped. Webcams tapped. Nest cameras tapped. But I didn't really think the thermostats.
And we're the boring people. We're the little people. Why aren't we tapping into the elites?
Well, because they want to know everything about us. They want to know our sleeping habits, our sexual intimacies.
We're boring.
What is this database for exactly?
I don't know. They should just let us live our own lives.
Well, I'd say just get rid of all that crap. Yeah. You don't need a smart thermostat. You don't need to wear a Fitbit.
Timbaland has signed the first AI artist. Real artists should probably be shitting their pants right now. This is not a human. This is a computer-generated image of a pop star. And this artist, Tata, was just signed by Timbaland. They're calling this genre A-pop, which would be like AI pop. This is an article from Billboard. Timbaland has launched his own AI entertainment company called Stage Zero, and its first signee is that artist, Tata. This is all driven by something called Suno AI, which makes AI-generated music. One of the co-founders, Mudaliar, said, "The artists of tomorrow won't just be human, they'll be IP, code and robotics that are fully autonomous." That is what these companies are going for. Autonomous musical robots. Like, this is something out of Black Mirror that look human, sound human, perform like humans. Apparently, Timbaland has been an advocate for AI music, which is interesting to me because producers can just like walk onto the AI scene now and like make stuff in minutes. Timbaland said, "What used to take me 3 months only takes me 2 days now to make." I honestly feel like that's kind of scary, man. I think we're about to lose the soul of music. Something's got to give here with the music and the art industry and this AI stuff.
Hollywood, they've done it. Why wouldn't they do it in the music sector? They've done it with video, photography, voiceover work. They're taking the jobs.
They'll never age. They're timeless.
But they don't have that human soul. So go ahead and listen to your A-pop.
So if they don't have a soul, they can't sell their soul, right?
Right.
Interesting. So what about the soul purchasers? How do they feel about that? What about their needs?
They're slaves to Timbaland.
Yeah.
They probably get paid pennies on the dollar. Don't listen to AI pop or A-pop.
This photo gave me the absolute chills. This photo was taken by Jenny Myers-Sane, who was staying at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles. Now, the Biltmore Hotel is allegedly haunted by the spirit of Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia, who was murdered in 1947. The last confirmed sighting of Elizabeth Short before her body was found was at the Biltmore Hotel. Guests have described encountering a female spirit with pale skin, dark hair, and she's wearing either a black or gray 1940s style dress. So I'm just going to show you now what's in this photo.
I'd be a little freaked out if I saw that in my picture.
That's so spooky.
Looks like something that crawled out of the well in the ring.
Yeah, it doesn't look like pareidolia.
No.
Like, it really looks like there's something. It's scary, but cool that you captured it at the same time.
Who would pay for electricity? Whoa, something just changed. Did you just see that? Something most definitely just changed.
What changed?
It's one of the lights paused for a second. There's no cars. It's 10 o'clock at night. This is 1 year later. Now, we did meet the girl that grew up here. This was her childhood home. She absolutely 100% said it was haunted.
She actually made.
She actually made a video. What is her screen name? Jenna
Something, I can't remember.
She 100% confirmed that this house is haunted. I just can't imagine anybody keeping the fucking power on for the lights to blink.
Can you imagine the electricity bill on that? Who's paying that if
Yeah.
it's vacant? In the comments, one of the tenants that lived there said this place is extremely haunted.
It's giving haunted for sure.
Creepy real photos that keep me up at night, part 18. This photo was posted to Reddit with the caption, "During our 3-night stay at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, my husband and I took a ghost tour. Throughout our stay, we didn't experience anything out of the ordinary. Out of 45 pictures from the tour itself, 1 of 2 consecutive shots taken in a stairwell mirror without a flash and within the same minute shows a questionable figure behind us. Notably, this figure casts no additional shadow, and the photo itself has a distinct edge. Seems like someone or something was behind us." Here's the first photo. Nothing to see here. But there's definitely something to see in this one. Follow for more creepy real photos.
I love those black shadow figures that just creep up behind you during a photo sesh.
It was big too.
Yeah. They usually either are really big or really small.
I wonder if she felt it behind her.
I think we would.
We feel everything.
A blessing and a curse.
These photos from the 90s are going to keep you up tonight. This first photo was taken on a roller coaster. The OP of this photo explains that this photo is of her sisters, and one of her sisters complained about having a ghost that was attached to her, causing her sleep paralysis, nightmares. Her sister is the girl in the yellow right here, but if you look behind her, you can actually see another face. And boy, oh boy, is that face absolutely terrifying. Now, that apparition does look like a child, but it also looks like a demon, and a lot of people believe that children can't come back as ghosts, that those are demons. This next photo was taken in the early 90s of the OP's mother and her grandmother. But if you look closely behind the mother, you can see a shadowy figure standing behind her. This woman also claimed that she had a spirit attached to her, a very evil, mischievous spirit. I've enhanced this photo the best I can, but you can't see any detail in this shadow. What do you guys think about this?
The 90s, when we didn't have digital cameras, we had disposable or film cameras where you had to wait forever for it to be developed just to
Yep.
get it back with ghosts in the pictures.
Yeah, there was a lot more orbs and things captured in the 90s.
The orbs were big in the 90s.
Yeah. Something about film, I think, really picks up on it.
It's kind of entertaining the way they're reacting, but seeing that thing running up on my car, I don't think I'd be even talking. I'd just be pedal to the metal.
Is it not a human creature or someone who got into some bath salts?
This man was walking back from fishing when he captured this on video.
Yo, what the? What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
Would you go in, Rach?
No.
You wouldn't go in there?
As a woman, and if I was by myself going into a bathroom, I would think it was a setup. I would just go somewhere and call the police. I wouldn't go in by myself, especially if there's nobody around, like it looked like at that part.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what we call pareidolia. The eyes looked really realistic for cloud slits. Some fun, juicy facts for you. Not really fun, but juicy.
Yeah. I think the Christopher Columbus one is the most fun.
I've had suspicions that my cat's a skinwalker, and you guys, why is he doing this? Why is he like this? Please, I'm scared. Stop. 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 Please. Maximus.
I think he's cute.
Yeah, I had a friend that had a cat that posed like that too.
I never had a cat that did that. It probably would freak me out a little bit, but
yeah,
it'd be cute too.
Maybe it is a skinwalker.
Could be.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, watching our strange and unusual content. Next week, we'll have a whole new set for you. And if you have anything you want to add, a video, a story, a photo, send it to us at tothespiritpod@gmail.com. And make sure to check out our audio podcast too. Until next time.